whole thing, when this last year when the pilot season for actors was a busy time, my agent sent me all the scripts. I wrote back a separate email just based on this and said this is the best thing I've ever read. I would be thrilled to be an extra in this thing. Just let me be a part of this somehow. Right. And the writing was so good, and that was before I even knew who was involved. It's just been, for me, just a whole sequence of unbelievably fulfilling and satisfying surprises. I think that here they are. Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Grimes.
Now, in the comic book, you die pretty early. Obviously, you can't tell us the spoilers, but how did you feel approaching it with the fact that you've got this character who's doomed?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's sort of where, I hadn't read the comic, and I read the script, and again, it was completely blown away. Wow, and then, actually getting the job, quadruple wow, and then reading the comic, and you're like, wait a second. Look, I think
he's not alone there in the fact that there is a quick turnaround in a lot of the characters.
A lot of them.
Yeah, it's a rotational cast.
It is, and look, there's things, there's things in the book that we stick to, and there's things that we don't, and I think that the comic offers this unbelievable template, and it's our job to sort of fill in and add things and take away things. And I think it's not going to be just a simple, it's not going to be a simple sort of diagram of the comic. It's we want to surprise the fans, we want to satisfy the fans, and we want to shake things up a little bit. And I think we do that, and having Robert involved really helps us with that.
He's very enthusiastic. I'm sure Andy's hoping he gets to keep his hand.
Yeah, it was a concern. You're right. When I got the gig, I got the compendium, and I hadn't read that far, and I went, "Who's the guy that is that the stump and the thing?" Didn't mention that during the meeting, but yeah, it's
in the fine print of the contract.
Yeah, it is.
Although, I mean, the timing is funny. I mean, we've shot 6 episodes and it takes place over about 4 days, 5 days, and so it's hard to get a sense, really, I think, for how long it could take to get to that point.
Yeah.
Are there going to be, I don't know if we're going to necessarily even adhere to like the timeline that's in the books, and so who knows, it could be years before that happens, or it could be season 2, episode 1.
Did
any of you guys have any apprehension at all about being involved with a zombie TV show, or was you just not worried about that at all? Darabont was involved in your...
I think I had anxieties when it was the breakdown came via my agent. It said AMC. I went, and then it went The Walking Dead. I went, that's a great television show. And then it said it's a zombie survival horror, and I went, right. And but then when the people who obviously were involved, the immaculate Hollywood cast, a producer, director, Greg Nicotero, you just name it, I mean, I suppose it was only when I read the pilot episode that I just got it. I just went, oh my God. And I started reading the graphic novel then. I was surprised. And it's rare to be surprised at any point in my career. And it did things that I really didn't expect. I kind of anticipated the exciting, the thrilling, the horror aspect, the action aspect, but I didn't think necessarily that the wittiness and the humour, and also particularly Morgan's stuff, which was the reason I did it.
Now, what kind of challenges...
Because I read the pilot episode and felt physically ill and didn't sleep for 2 days. I'm not a genre person, and I sort of thought, I'm gonna be tired of this thing. Like, I'm gonna have nightmares, and I still do. We wrapped August 19th. I still have nightmares about next week. And so my anxiety was based less in like, is this going to be somehow less because it's genre and more? Am I going to be medicated and in therapy by the time we're done shooting, which is still awesome.
Okay, well, aside from being able to sleep at night, what are the challenges for the actors in a program like this? Or this is the only program like this. What challenges does this show bring that other acting jobs haven't brought you?
Yeah, I mean, practically just filming in Atlanta. Have you guys ever been to Atlanta in summer? It's brutal. and it was all on location.
In the apocalypse, you don't go indoors.
Yeah, it's
And when you go indoors, there's no air conditioning.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
I mean, just making it real. That was the big concern for me, was making the world be as truthful as we possibly could make it. And that means that we have to work harder at making the emotions ring true. Otherwise, we don't sell the zombies. You know, everybody works together to make the rules of the show work. You know, if we get the emotional content right and big enough, and strong enough, then we hopefully we carry people with us.
Also, I was gonna say it was freaking fun, man. It was really fun. And, you know, like challenges, like, you know, like we weren't. Look, there's snooty ass punk actors out there. Like, oh, you know, I'm tired. I gotta go. It's like, it's just that, you know, Frank. Everyone, you know, you're working for Frank, man. He's a freaking man, and like everybody who's around him is so psyched to be there. We're all psyched to be there.
I mean, I threw myself under a tank.
he worked his ass off.
Yeah. My wife said at the end of the job, she said, "You've quite literally worked your ass off." You know, I walked through bodies of dead bodies, and it was a wild trip. This one. I mean, like nothing out there.
But really, I mean, I was basically going to say the same thing. I've never, yes, there were special challenges, I suppose, but I mean, I'm being scared out of my wits most of the time.
Yeah.
But this is one of the best experiences I've ever had. I mean, I've never seen so many people give so much of themselves with such courage and grace and lack of ego. I mean, because if you're gonna, who's to say if you're gonna do this? I don't know what that is. If you're gonna do that, you've gotta be willing to look really stupid. You've gotta be willing to look terrible. You've gotta be willing to take risks. You've gotta run off the cliff as fast as you can and kind of go, what? I'm gonna fall or I'm gonna fly. Because you can't half-ass this. You can't try and be like, well, let's make sure we all look heroic, and you know, let's try and look pretty. Exactly. There's none of that. And to have so many people willing to take that risk was beautiful. And from the crew up, I mean, the people who cooked breakfast in the morning, from the craft service, up to the executive producers. Gail Anhurt was out there in the heat with us, I think, every day. I mean, except for the day she sent her daughter to college. It was because there was such a sense of community being involved in this. And I'm in awe of the work that everybody's done. It was an honor. I'm a better actor for having worked with these guys. And
coming here in San Diego, you know, and you see the fans and how much this means to people, it's like, you know, we really want to do right, man. We really want to do right by everyone, and hopefully we have. We really, you know, like he said, we worked our asses off, and I think everybody cares, you know, everybody really cares that the fans, I mean, it's a really loyal fan base, and we want to do right. We want to do right by it.
We're now a fair number. I mean, I'm a fan of the show, I'm a fan of Callies. So I want us to do this right for me too, because I dig it.
Yeah.
As the fan response, the buzz on the internet, is it surprising to you guys how much buzz it has been getting?
We're like not tech savvy.
We use this, man. We're just a couple of cops from out there.
Right.
Yeah, the site that I'm writing for, it's
Nice,
based on
nice.
George
You've never
Romero.
seen his work, well.
George Romero stuff. But they're covering The Walking Dead as if it's
An extension of
yeah, and the people are a lot more excited about this show than the last two Romero movies.
fantastic.
So the buzz is really good.
So no pressure.
It's exciting.
Yeah, right. Don't fuck up, huh?
We do periodically do to one another and just be like, don't fuck it up. Like that's.
Right.
I think I'm just living in denial, actually. That's why forgive
We got
me
a
for
few
not
more
being-
weeks
Yeah.
before things really get right.
She said 2 minutes about a minute ago. Ask me yours. I like hearing the answers on yours.
If you were bitten by a zombie, what would you do? In real life.
Shit, man. After you get bit, I mean, it's just like,
Bullet.
yeah.
Bullet to the head. But I mean,
You
really.
thought about this.
I don't.
She wouldn't want to eat guts. So.
Right.
Well, no, I wouldn't want to eat my kid. I wouldn't want to. I've got parental.
Yeah.
But that's it. I think that's what the show is, kind of like looking at it from the super real, you know, real. Like when you said it, kind of, you kind of ruined my day with that question. You know, it's really a heavy question.
John does take
actually,
things
you know.
really personally.
Yeah, no, it's cool, but it's
The
like
zombie
that's
comes close
kind
to
of the
you.
point of this. You know, there's nothing.
That's the other thing. You'd never get bit.
No, man, I'd bite that sucker.
Too good for that.
Yeah.
All right.
So sorry to cut it short, but we gotta go to lunch.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, guys. Hope you enjoy.
And thanks